History in the making today, folks, for Swansea University as we begin our Europa League League Phase games. We've got the first two, and I'm not so sure what to expect, except maybe a few thrashings. Hello and welcome back to Unemployed to Legend, episode 19 with Swansea University. My name is Craig, and coming up in today's video, as mentioned, we have the first two games of the Europa League League Phase, home against Rennes and away against Hoffenheim. Now, since you were last with me, we've got some more of the season under our belts. We've had a few more league games. We've also had just one cup match, which we are out of, so there's no success in the JD Welsh Cup this season. Not that we'll probably be around to see the end of it anyway. But the good news is we got the victory against TNS in the league. So the league is looking good as it stands. 5 games in, 15 points, 5 wins from 5. Looking solid to win the league once again. Shout out to Cardiff Met University, by the way. Also an amateur team who's just come back up to the Welsh Premier. So the two amateur sides in the division absolutely doing bits, which is always good to see. Especially as with our European run at the moment, as you can see, we're in the league phase. We've gone through all the Champions League qualifying rounds, which we got knocked out in the playoff in the last episode, which has meant we have stacked absolute cash in the bank account, £7.6 million, and we're still making some profit, even without Europe so far this month. So very pleasing to see. And also we're going to be getting that sweet gate revenue from the Europa League games, even if we are playing at the, what's it called again? The Swansea.com Stadium. Yeah, so this is actually Swansea City's grounds where we have to play our European games because our ground in Port Talbot is not big enough. So let's get in fact, actually, before we get into the game, let me just show you how ridiculous the Europa League, or in fact any of the European group stages look these days. 36 teams, just one massive league table. Some of the teams have already played a match. And yes, we're in the same competition as Manchester United. Fantastic. I didn't want to see that, but whatever. We don't actually play them in this group phase, or sorry, this league phase. We've got 8 matches that we've been drawn. The first 2 we're going to see today. We've also got other teams such as the likes of Lazio, Malmo and Maccabi Tel Aviv, among others that we still have to play. But let's see how we get started in the Europa League. Like I said, we could be thrashed quite heavily. We're playing a Stade Rennais team. I just call them Rennes. Is that what it's just shortened to? So it's actually Stade Rennais. I'm just going to call them that then. Stade Rennais, because it just sounds like better pronunciation. A team, by the way, who are actually in 6th, above PSG in Ligue 1 in France. So I'm assuming they're a very good side. How many stars are they? Oh, they're 4 stars. Oh, right. We're starting hard on this one then. So this is going to be the starting 11 we're going to be sending out. Adago in goal, a back 4 of Neufville. Wait, what? Why are we playing Neufville? Okay, you know what? We'll go with that. Neufville, Jones, Ogumbo and Farr in the defence with Perry, Orford and Edwards in midfield. Harkin on the left wing, Patterson and Omilabu are the 2 men up front. No new signings have come in since the last time you were with me, so no new players in, no players have also left, which is absolutely fine. We've got a stable squad, and hopefully that will be the big difference for us today. They've still got Jeremy Doku. How has that man not left yet? That is horrendous. By the way, I have not sorted out the Europa League theme, so I'm actually not going to be playing that in this episode. Apologies. I don't particularly want to have to go through that again in the edit, so we'll skip for the moment until the actual match starts, and let's see if I can get it sorted for the second half of this episode. I wouldn't bank on it. Okay, and we are underway with our first Europa League game. Just in case you actually didn't end up hearing the theme, even though I said already you probably wouldn't hear it, that theme actually slaps, and my goodness, we didn't even last that long, 6 minutes. This could be a very long game. This could be a very, very long league phase. I'll be very surprised if we get a draw, let alone a win in this entire group phase, which would be 8 games of pure agony. But in reality, a team like Swansea Uni should not be in the group stages of any European competition. Under no circumstances should they be anywhere near. An Irish team, a Scottish team, I've said before, yeah, I can believe that they would get to a group stage, as we've just been robbed of the ball there, and that is 2-0. This is going to be a long league phase. Yikes. Omilabu just lost the ball there. I don't know what he was trying to do. Obviously, with this game, if your players are not good enough compared to opposition, they will do stupid things. But when they're even worse, like so far down from your opposition, you shouldn't even be in the same football field. As I don't know, how defensive do we go? That's not a penalty, ref. He's outside the area. Come on, man. Orford took him down, but I'm pretty sure that was outside the area. Come on. It shouldn't be a penalty. Yeah, I was going to say, thank you. Right, so there is some justice on the VAR at least. Oh, incidentally, I think this is the first time we're using VAR, isn't it? We don't have it in the Welsh leagues, I don't think, as that has gone out for a throw-in. So we're getting our first taste of VAR in this competition. Oh no, wait, Champions League. We've seen it in the Champions League. Duh, of course they would have it in that competition. That should... Oh, that's a penalty. Oh, 13 minutes and it's 3-0, possibly. There's still 2-0 at the moment, but it's going in. It's going to go in. And that one's been awarded. Yeah, there was no denying what that was. Maya is going to step up. Come on. Adegoke. He doesn't save it. He goes the right way, but yeah. How defensive should we go? There's not a hope we're going to get anything out of this game. The majority of the games in this league phase, we're not going to get anything anyway. You look at the likes of Hoffenheim, good side in the Bundesliga. Lazio, we've got to go away to. I'm terrified about that game. We are bottom of the league already, along with Malmo, who is our last Europa League game. If Malmo are just as bad, Valencia and Hoffenheim have got to play each other as... Oh, they're playing each other at the moment as well. Valencia, we have to go away to as well. Harris is actually tired, I think. He's taken a knock, so I'll tell you what. Sorry, Harkin is the one going off. Harris is the one coming on. And please, just give us the half-time whistle. It is half-time. We're 3-0 down. I think Rennes has realised, yeah, they don't need to go absolutely mad. I'm happy with your performance. No! Good grief, no. I don't know what other changes we could even hope to make. Because we're so far below the level of Rennes. And we've still got to play... Oh, that's a good shot there. Edwards plays it in, but Perry is nowhere near. That's our first shot, at least, in this match. At least we got to see something in this match. Harris plays it across. Oh, Milabu with our first our first Europa League goal. And it is 3-1. I would probably imagine that is the high point of the match. But at least Omilabu is bagging in the Europa League group stage. League phase, sorry, I've got to get used to calling it a league phase. Good cross on the volley there by Harris, and Omilabu rising to put it in the back of the net, and we've already got a highlight from the kickoff. I think Rennes have just woken up and been like, oh wait, we need to put these guys out of their misery. Edwards, nope, he's just lost the ball. And already Doku is in, and that is 4-1. Bamba Dieng with his first goal of the Europa League campaign. And that didn't take long for them to respond, did it? They woke up and realised we're not dead yet. Well, we're dead now, so just leave it for the rest of the match, okay? If we can get a second goal very late on, we can make it look a bit more respectable. 4-2. Wouldn't be too disappointed with that. Who am I kidding? We would be disappointed with that. But it's not looking particularly inspiring right now. We're unbalanced. I refuse to go into defensive because otherwise they will... Well, they're laying siege to us anyway, so what's the point in going defensive? Good save from range by Adegoke. So it's a catch-22. You go too defensive, they will just absolutely batter you anyway. If you go attacking, they will batter you anyway, and Harris just gave away a free kick there, really. God, come on, end the highlight already. There's no need to punish us anymore, is there? There's no point marking anybody because, let's be honest, our players are way too slow for any of their attacking players. Right, let's see what we can build up from the back. And never mind, we've just literally lumped the ball. Stop lumping it! Never mind. Oh, thank goodness, it got booted over by Dieng, but please stop lumping the ball. We are on a shorter, much shorter passing instruction, which is what we should be. Right, we are looking to make a couple of changes then after this highlights. I was hoping to make it just before any highlight came up, but never mind. Jones bringing it forwards, playing very high. Newfield, probably not the right left back option to start in this match. Point proven. That was a poor pass. Ogungbo cleans up. Orford into Perry. I don't know why Orford is playing as a ball-win midfielder. There is Patterson. And Patterson has stuck it into the back of the net, but there is suspicion of offside. Oh, was he offside or was he just level? Come on, ref, give us this one. I'll take it. We're making a game of it, in all fairness. Callum Patterson, the big Scottish international. Yeah, he was level. This guy played him on. He was too busy marking Omelabu. And Patterson with his third goal of the season. I'm sure all of them have come in Europe. In fact, I don't think he has scored since the first qualifying round in the Champions League. But my goodness. Wait, are we paused? Yeah, we're paused. Right. But it just shows the calibre of opposition since that first qualifying round that we've not really been able to get Patterson scoring more often. Right, Scott Smith is going to come on for Orford, who's on a yellow card. And, you know what, I think we're going to play Justin Hanks at centre-back. We've not actually seen him play yet because he hadn't been registered for Europe. He is now. He is actually cripplingly slow. I can't play him, can I? How fast is a Gumbo? Way faster, and even he's struggling, so there's no chance of playing Hanks in this. And I think we need to make a change up front. Well, as I was saying that, Patterson and Omelabu are probably doing everything that they can, but Brown Sterling is going to come on. He's going to have a crack in playing in the group stages, or the league phase. I'll get it right eventually. Garrick is going to come on for a poorly performing Edwards. We'll make that change on the right-hand side of midfield. I was playing like a sort of 4-2-4 in the league just to test it out, but I've noticed we've been struggling a little bit, especially for defensive stability. So this is probably a formation we're going to stay with, and Patterson came so close to making it 4-3. That would have made it very interesting. It would have also been interesting to see how Rennes would have reacted to it being a very close game. In a game, really, they shouldn't be sweating, and they are sweating it now because it is Swansea 3, Rennes 4, with 13 minutes to go. Swansea University, they're making more than a game of this. What on earth? Harris with a beautiful finish on the volley. This man has a touch of gold. He really does. But my goodness, I did not realise we would be making a game of it. No matter what in this match, you got to give absolute props to this team. Any other changes that we could make? Mark Harris, he's staying on. Ogungbo is going to come off for Yorworth. Ogungbo's kind of struggling. Yorworth is not actually that fast, but can't really do anything else regarding that. Pilkington is not coming on. In fact, Hanks can come on at right back. No, he can't, because we've made all the subs. We've made all 5 subs. It says everything when you have to scroll down to see where your subs actually are. Right, it is the 91st minute, and we're running out of time, but my goodness, we came close. We did not expect that. We were 4-1 down. You were thinking dead and buried after 20 minutes when we were 3-0 down. Absolute props, guys. Yeah, you were completely the underdogs, and you made Rennes sweat. My goodness, they're up in 7th. We are 23rd. It should be worth noting, the top 24 will stay in Europe. I think it's 9th to 24th, where they will go into like a knockout playoff. As I'm just getting some trialists in. Let's just have a look. Yeah, so 9th to 24th will go into a knockout playoff round. The top 8 will go into the round of 16. Look at the prize money, by the way, if you finish top 2. No chance we're finishing top 2. But regardless, we made a good effort. Let's see if we can build on that in the next league phase match against Hoffenheim. We're going to play the 2 cup matches offline, so we will be back for a trip to Germany. Right, the 2 games have been done off camera and a mixed bag of results. We're through in the Nathaniel NG Cup. We're also out, though, of the SPFL Trust Trophy, which is a trophy in Scotland, where I think Northern Irish and Welsh teams get invited, like the champions of those countries. But that's only lasted one game. We got dumped by Queen of the South, a team in the Championship in Scotland. Fantastic. But more worryingly, we haven't actually done well in the last 4 matches. 3 losses in 4 games. That's not the sort of form you really want to have. Going into a game against a Hoffenheim team, although they're struggling in the Bundesliga, they're down in 15th after 6 games. Naturally, Bayern Munich still dominating the Bundesliga, it seems. But this means it's still going to be an even tougher match, which is why, for this game, it's a tactical change. We're going to have to introduce, for the first time in FM23, a defensive midfielder. So Scott Smith is the man who has been chosen. Oh, he's not even a natural. But he's probably the best when it comes to, say, tackling and concentration. So this is going to be a baptism of fire for you, Scott Smith. So this is going to be the 11 that we are going to be sending out. Why on earth is Robson in? Get out. Adegoke is back in goal. So Adegoke is going to start in goal. A back 4 of... Nope. I'm pretty sure I did my starting 11 already. Ogungbo, Jones, Hanks and Pilkington as the back 4. Smith at the base of the midfield with Perry and Fuster ahead of him. Harris is on the left wing. Garrick on the right with Omalabu as the pressing forward up front. In fact, Fuster, go and be a ball-winning midfielder. I think we need to have another ball-winning midfielder in there. Someone who's just going to help cover Smith as well in that midfield. Also, one player that we did lose, unfortunately, we lost Charlie Farr, our right winger slash midfielder slash right back. He wasn't happy that he wasn't being played as a attacking right midfielder as a winger. I broke that promise to him, sadly. So he has now left the club because he just did not want to stay. So we're 1 player less, but thankfully we've got the likes of Edwards, we've got Garrick as well, who can more than come in. In fact, Garrick is the one who is actually starting. I should already know that. You've also got Harkin who can play on the right. You've got Mark Harris who can also play on the right as well. So it's not as if we haven't got some squad depth to help us out going through these games. Right, nobody expects us to do absolutely anything. Correct. The last game against Rennes was basically, or Stade de Rennes, was absolutely phenomenal that we managed to keep it at 4-3. By the way, again, sorry, the actual Europa League theme. If you listen carefully enough, you might be able to hear it. But it's not coming out properly, so I can only apologise. There's something in my computer settings, it's not going to come out properly. Oh my gosh, look at the pixelated graphics on that. That's disgusting. Right, let's actually skip this because we can't hear a single thing. We're just going to get straight into the match. We are away in Germany for this one, a difficult tie against the Hoffenheim side, who they may be struggling in their domestic league in the Bundesliga, but they're still going to be levels above us. I didn't even look to see who is actually in their squads. In fact, who is playing here that we might know? Baumgartner, I'm sure I've heard that name before. Gazaniga, I'm pretty sure I've seen that name before. Yeah, Tottenham's old backup goalkeeper. That makes sense. Oh gosh, wow, Andre Kramaric. He's 33 years old now. Oh, he's been at Hoffenheim for years. This man has won a Premier League with Leicester. That was who he played for. I thought I remembered that name somewhere. Let's make no mistake about it. Oh my gosh, what was that, Fuster? I was about to say we deserve to be nowhere near the league phase of the Europa League. With tackles like that, I wish we hadn't bothered. Oh my gosh, right. Scott Smith, you're going to now have to step up and be a ball-winning midfielder in your natural position. Garrick is going to drop back into actual midfield. Fuster was such an idiot. That means he's going to miss the next 3 games as well. So he's completely out of the running as far as European games go. Enjoy the domestic games, Fuster, if I actually select you. Hoffenheim getting forward here, and that's too easy, yeah. As soon as I clicked on his name, I knew Kramaric would actually be scoring. Makes no difference, does it? We're expecting this. What I don't expect is for my players to lose their heads like Fuster did. Oh, he's just absolutely screwed us over. This is going to be a long match. It's going to be even longer because it's now a corner to Hoffenheim. It's in and just off the post. Good grief, it's just about cleared away. But they are knocking on the door for more goals. Let's just encourage the team a little bit, what good it will do. I have zero idea. Jackal makes the... Is it Jackal? Is it Jackal? I don't know. He just has a shot from distance. Goes wide. We are going into half-time 1-0 down. I mean, that's an improvement on the Stade de Rennes game. I'm not happy with your performance. Let's pump some fists. I know we have more to offer. Let's go out there and just absolutely show what we can do. We went down to 10 men against Olympiacos, remember? Back in the Champions League qualifying rounds. And we actually ended up doing well. I don't expect the same sort of thing here. But I would like to see us give some fight. Just over the bar. As I was trying to say earlier, though, remember, we don't actually expect to be doing much in the league phase. We shouldn't even be here in the first place. Every time I try and mention that, Hoffenheim either get a good decision against them, for them, or they go and score. It's now 2-0. But realistically, a team from Wales, I don't know, some teams from Wales have reached the league or group phase of a European competition before, but never do they actually do well. I mean, look at the teams that we play on a weekly basis in Wales, semi-pro or amateur, or in the case of TNS, professional, as Hoffenheim have themselves a free kick here. This is only going to go one way, yeah. Anybody who's played FM for any amount of time knew that free kick was going in. And yes, I was actually trying to ignore it. Speaking of which, Olympiacos, we mentioned them. They're playing Manchester United. They are 2-1 down. Seems they're having a fun time as well. I think we're just going to have to make some changes, aren't we? Fuster absolutely screwed us over. And to be honest, I can't even say if the tactic change works or not, because obviously we're down to 10 men. We're effectively doing what we would normally do. Lee Harkin is he going to come on? Probably not. Good grief, what do we actually do here? Pilkington's going to go off. Why is he wing back? Heavens, well, why have I got wing backs? No, they should be full backs. I forgot to change that. Let's have a look. Who else? Quite honestly, I don't know what else to actually change here. Orford is going to come on for Scott Smith. Edwards is going to come on for Pilkington. And our fullbacks are actually going to be fullbacks instead of wingbacks. I just saw on the screen actually, Man U are now winning 4-1 against Olympiacos. I feel Olympiacos are the same sort of level that we are. Right, we are going to make a couple of changes. Brown Sterling, sorry man, you are going to come on. I mean, what's the point, but you are going to come on anyway. Harris, we may as well just have him as attacking, and we're going to swap him out for Harkin anyway. Your worth is going to go on for Justin Hanks. And a Gungbo will go off for No, he won't. He won't go off for Newville. We've made all 5 subs. That's it. With less than 5 minutes to go. Can you just just spare us Hoffenheim at this point? Oh, it's brutal. As much as I was expecting defeats, this one is absolutely brutal. This is the reality check of what we're up against in the Europa League this season. But even more worrying, that's 4 defeats from 5. This is the worst form we've had in the series so far. Oh, messed up the team talk. Okay, can we actually... Oh, we can't save it yet. Switched off to look confused. Oh, we've done absolute bits there. Well, Hoffenheim are in the top 8, as are Stade de Rennes. West Ham are top, weirdly. Manchester United are only 13th, and let me guess where we are. We're second from bottom. I'm feeling like that Malmo game that's coming up for us at the end of the league phase is going... We're not repeating. Is going to be very, very important to try and ensure we don't finish with 3 points. Sorry, that we don't finish with 0 points. I would love to finish with 3 points. Now, speaking of when we're going to come back next, we are just going to get a bunch of games under our belt, both League and European and the Cups as well. So we're going to come back for Hibernian and Maccabi Tel Aviv. Hajduk split at home might be an important one for getting points, but Valencia is just going to be Hoffenheim 2.0. But we'll try and get through as much of the games as possible. We'll come back for Hibernian and Maccabi Tel Aviv. Let's see if we can actually squeeze a result out somewhere. I'm looking Maccabi Tel Aviv especially. But we'll see how it goes, and we'll see if we can get the form back in the meantime. If you have enjoyed this episode, make sure that you hit the like button down below and smash the big red subscribe button so you don't miss the continuation of our Europa League adventure. I thank you all for watching. Thank you all for your support on the series so far. Have yourself a great weekend, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode.